Here are 3 regulatory changes I will be watching in the new year. Changes often lost in the talk of the China trade war and the passage of USMCA. They are changes that have the potential to affect the cost of your clothes, your gadgets, and your food. Number 1, while President Trump announced early in his term that the United States will be pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord, another international environmental regulation goes into effect January 1 that has far greater teeth. Ships must dramatically reduce the sulfur emissions from fuel they use starting Wednesday. One study cited by the International Maritime Organization, that's the agency of the United Nations that is instituting the new regulation, says it will reduce premature deaths by 570,000 people in just 5 years. What to watch? Rising costs that flow through to businesses and consumers as shipping lines use either expensive scrubbers or switch to fuels with sulfur content below 0.5% from a currently acceptable 3.5%. Number 2, e-commerce shipments from China and elsewhere will get more costly beginning in July when a foreign postal service is handling the shipment. This story starts with the Trump administration's threat to quit the Universal Postal Union, which turns 146 years old next year. It regulates what one country's postal service can charge another's in a cross-border transaction. Under current regulations, it could be more costly to ship a package from one U.S. city to another than from a foreign country to a U.S. city. That's the rub. In a compromise, the Universal Postal Union members agreed to allow the United States to raise its charges to 70% of the total cost in July, with an ultimate cap of 80%. Number 3, the World Trade Organization no longer has a functioning appellate body to settle disputes between and among members. The United States, believing it has been treated unfairly by the organization, blocked the appointment of new judges to the appellate panel until it no longer had a quorum. That essentially eliminates the WTO's enforcement ability. That in turn would seem to limit countries' impetus for taking their cases to the WTO in the first place. That would seem to leave countries to solve disputes themselves. Who knows how or whether that will work. From outside the Beltway and inside the numbers, this is Ken Roberts, and this has been another episode of Trade Matters. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking a moment to comment or share.